Man, I can't even believe I always get grounded by my parents and my siblings. That needs to stop. I want to be ungrounded. Wait, did you know what I was thinking of? I always get grounded on a daily basis because I do bad things that get me into trouble all the time, and that will never do. And I really need to change my behavior from now on. And I'm gonna learn from all my mistakes I did in the past. For that, I will be making a video for my family and all my friends as well as the whole Vion city, because I really need everyone to know all the bad things I've done in the past. And now, I'll be getting my camera. And now, I will record the video, and once I'm finished, I will upload the video directly to YouTube and Facebook. Attention, everyone in Vion City. It's me, Eloise Maxine Wilson. And the point of making this important video is to learn from all the bad things I've done in the past as well as recently. The very first bad thing I remember doing was when Connie the sushi packer made my very first video. It's about me misbehaving on my first day of Vion High School, even though I was expelled and kicked out of my previous high school for making everybody cross and for throwing pencils and breaking glasses around every building. I was a sophomore in high school and Aaliyah was a senior. Later that day, I joined Kenwood, Raven and Rebecca to have our own club at school grounds. Until moments later, Daisy Alvarez showed up and knew that we weren't supposed to have a club against school grounds, but I was rude and disrespectful to her even though she was right. I was supposed to be at my next class. Daisy also knew that we were not supposed to be doing gang-related things. It is against the rules. Until then, Daisy reported me, Kenwood, Raven and Rebecca to Mrs. Ramirez immediately, and she even told on us that we were skipping classes, possessing weapons and even vandalizing the school walls with graffiti, and we were severely punished. I was so miserable. I just can't believe I let myself get so involved in gang-related activities outside of my school. I was not supposed to be doing inappropriate things with gangs like that, and that got me into a lot of serious trouble. For that, I was grounded for 9 whole weeks and I was reported to my room. The second bad thing I have done was hosting a slumber party while grounded. When my family was going to the Great Wolf Lodge, but I couldn't go with them because they had thoughts of reasons why I was going to act there. I've been associating with those troublemakers. My sister Aaliyah said, if I would stop associating with those troublemakers and get good grades, I may come with them next time. I was left home alone and even expected me to keep the house spotless and clean while they were gone, but only left me with one warning, but I blew it by hosting a slumber party by inviting Kenwood, Raven and Rebecca to the party. We blasted loud music and all of a sudden, someone was knocking at the door. He said, Eloise, you listen here, you're driving everyone crazy with all this death metal music, so turn it down or I'll report you for a noise violation. Until moments later, we had a pillow fight together. The next morning, the hostage that came into my house called Andrew about the problem. I was reported that I hosted a slumber party without my parents' permission and even kidnapped him by spraying sleeping gas to put him fast asleep and even locked him into the basement, and moments later, my family came home from the Great Wolf Lodge and heard what had happened. When they got home, I was busted and scolded my friends home for 10 seconds. They just told me that before that I was told not to invite people over for a slumber party while they were away, but instead, I kept people hostage in the house, so I was severely punished for hosting a slumber party without permission, blasting loud music through the house and even kidnapped somebody. For that, I was grounded big time and I was reported to my room and I was so miserable. The third bad thing I've done was doing the Orbeez challenge. I knew that doing the Orbeez challenge is dangerous with the airsoft rifle gun. While a couple was having a picnic outside at the park, a boyfriend I was shooting had welts and bruises all over his body. For that, I was grounded for a whole month. I've learned a very important lesson: never take the Orbeez challenge. It is a very dangerous thing to do. It is like doing the TikTok challenge. I was reported straight to my room and I felt so ashamed. The fourth bad thing I've ever done was prank calling 911. I've been faking 911 calls for no reason at all. I was reported to Mrs. Ramirez and got suspended for 5 days, and my parents were notified. I was severely punished, and as a result, I was grounded for big time. This is a very important lesson I must learn. Never ever prank call 911 because it can get you in serious trouble. 911 is to be used for emergency purposes only. Prank calling 911 is against the law, and you could face time in prison. I was sent to my room ashamed. The fifth bad thing I've done was me misbehaving at Maguro's rehearsal. When I went to her rehearsal, I had my phone on when Kenwood called me and spoke to him, but I should have turned off my phone because it is disrupting, and I admitted that Maguro that she's a terrible singer, but I was wrong. She is such an amazing singer. As a result, my father, Charles Wilson, took me to the restroom and whooped me with a belt because I refused to put away my phone and even disrupted the rehearsal. The important lesson I've learned: I don't ever do that, especially when I am out in public. As a result, I had to spend the rest of the show outside of the rehearsal, and then I was taken straight home. When I was taken home, I was punished and had to go straight to my room in disgrace until I could learn to be more courteous and respectful to others around me. As a result, I was grounded for 5 whole weeks. My sixth bad thing I've ever done was popping my sibling, Grayson's soccer ball. When I went to see what's going on outside, Aaliyah and Grayson were playing a game of soccer together, but I took Grayson's soccer ball away and I popped it with a needle, and it was wrong. As a result, they were very angry, and Aaliyah told my mother, Athena, about the whole situation. And now, they had to save up money to buy a brand new one. For that, I was grounded for 6 whole weeks, and I was sent straight to my room feeling ashamed. My 7th bad thing I've done was misbehaving at IHOP. While at IHOP, I wanted double chocolate chip pancakes, but there was none left, so I decided to destroy the entire IHOP restaurant. Because of me, the whole entire restaurant got wiped out. I can't be like that in public. I could get banned from that IHOP restaurant. As a result, I was severely punished and grounded big time, and was served with nothing except for lumpy potatoes and gruel for every meal, including dessert. My reaction: I didn't even like that at all, not even one bit. For that, I had to march straight up to my room feeling so ashamed of myself for what I have done wrong, and thanks to me, Grayson didn't even get anything to eat at all. We even had to pay $80 million, which cost more than our home, because I acted all childish and even made the situation much worse than ever. I really need to learn to behave and control myself. I'm really sorry, everybody. My 8th bad thing that I've ever done was giving away bad presents. Instead of nice presents, I sent them bags of trash and put them in each box to be mailed out to the post office as a prank. I just can't put my own trash inside someone else's presents. It was very disgusting and yucky, and that wasn't even funny at all. Shame on me. Presents are supposed to be good things, not things that are disgusting. What was I thinking? As a result, I was severely punished, and I was now grounded for several weeks, and I had to take the trash out, and I was sent to my room feeling so ashamed. And most importantly, that will never ever happen again, even in the future. My 9th and final bad thing I've ever done was bringing drugs to school. I brought some tobacco to school, and I smuggled it in my shirt before I got there to school. We went to the restrooms and sniffed the tobacco even though we weren't supposed to do that. Taking drugs is very illegal, against the law, and is prohibited from school. We were told multiple times not to bring drugs or tobacco to school. It is violation to the school policy. As a result, the 11 of my other friends were suspended for 3 whole months, and as for me, I was severely punished, and I was suspended for so much longer because I brought those drugs to school. So I was placed under arrest for the possession of drugs and taking part in drug activities, which is the wrong I have done, so I had the right to remain silent as I was sent to jail. As a result, I was severely punished and grounded for 7 whole months. I totally regret myself for all those bad things I've ever did. And most importantly, I will learn from my past mistakes and become a better person starting from today. I hope you all understood me and enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching, and have a nice rest of the day. Now, I will get my computer and post the video to both YouTube and Facebook. log on to YouTube and then upload the video, and hopefully, everybody will forgive me what I did in the past. Okay, it's about 20 minutes. Let's check the comments. Wow. I'm so happy that I changed my behavior from today, especially when people say I'm no longer a troublemaker anymore. Now, I will go downstairs to see how my family is doing.
Eloise, we all saw the video that you uploaded to YouTube and Facebook this morning. And we're really happy that you decided to improve your behavior, especially admitting all of your wrongdoings. This is really amazing.
I'm also very proud of you, Eloise. And you know exactly what that means.
That means you're ungrounded forever and ever, Eloise, but that doesn't mean you can do anything you want 24/7. Also, you'll need to break up with your troublemaking friends and move on with the well-behaved people, especially the dish girls.
Thank you, everybody. You are all the best. Thanks for watching.